All right, let's put it all together with this example. So let's begin by finding the domain. So when we want to find the domain, we're going to be looking at the x-axis. So here, let's focus on these values. So let's read the graph from left to right. And here we're going to go under the assumption that on the right-hand side, we have an arrow. So this is extending forever. All right, so if we begin from left to right, we see that we encounter the lower bound here at -2. And since this is continuous and there's no hole here, we're going to be under the assumption that this is a closed point. So at -2, we can draw this solid boundary here. So that's going to be -2. And then on the right-hand side, since we have an arrow, this graph is basically, just keeps extending. So we can see that the x values are going towards positive infinity. So for any general x that's within these boundaries, it's going to get squeezed by -2 from below, and it's going to be squeezed by infinity from above. So the domain is going to be -2 less than or equal to x less than infinity. And we can write this as -2 less than or equal to x. So that's the lower bound, that's my domain here. Now let's find the range. So for the range, we gotta look at the values from bottom to top now. So let's begin going towards the bottom. So we go, and here we encounter it at -2. So let me do this in yellow. So that's my lower bound for y. And now if we keep extending this, I know it's going to be kind of hard to read, but let's go under the assumption that this graph does not have a asymptote. Let's just go under the assumption that it keeps on going forever. And if it keeps on going, the more you zoom out, you're going to see that these y values keep getting bigger and bigger to the point of reaching infinity. So it doesn't have an upper bound. So here the range is going to be for any general y. We're going to have a lower bound of -2 less than or equal to y and less than infinity. So the range here is actually pretty much the same thing, -2 less than or equal to y.